Wrestle Story, wrestling fans! Shaq is dead. And then apparently he came back to life because he wasn't in the ambulance. Tully, the next old man's champion. And Revolution predictions. All that and more coming up on the Wrestle Story. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after Dynamite, and every Friday after SmackDown. Hello, people! How you doing, James?
How's it going, guys? Hi. Hello. How's it going?
It's going great.
Great. I'm glad it's going great.
John L., how you doing? How you doing, Scott? How you doing? I think John Elite was in here. Yes, he was.
So, AEW, guys.
Well, my head was off the screen. I was like over here, and I was like, you know.
He's kind of, well, I had him move over.
She had me move over, so I was like this.
And then he, like, wasn't in the shot.
Yeah.
When we got started, so whatever. So I thought this was a really good AEW show.
Good show, definitely.
Like, I thought it was a really good go-home show for the pay-per-view this weekend. I just thought it was really good.
Yes. Mr. G with his hat to his side. Yes. Actually, it is a little bit off. Thanks for noticing.
Again, for like the 57th week in a row, AEW Dynamite is trending.
Yes. How you doing, Volterra? My dad kept telling me Shaq is not going to wrestle. Well, guess what? Shaq not only wrestled, he went through a table. He went through 2 tables.
To be exact. Wow.
Not a good show to me. I thought this was excellent. The way this was done was excellent. I felt that it moved fast.
Yeah. I thought they had a lot.
It was informative. Jim Crockett just passed. I'd seen where he was in bad shape, and apparently he just passed. So.
Well, I'm on Twitter, but I'm getting the tweet sent out, so I haven't seen anything yet. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
yeah, that's some sad news. Jim Crockett Jr. passed away. Of course, his dad was like huge with World Championship Wrestling. Mhm. So yeah.
So
interesting.
Hey Cody, what's up? Miss AEW.
Hey there, Cody.
Well, I thought it was a really
good show. Very
really
good show.
I thought it was a really good go-home show to the pay-per-view for this weekend. I'm really excited for the pay-per-view this weekend. I am just excited.
Excited. Should I watch Revolution even though my friend's not here anymore? I know he would want me to watch it, but should I watch it? John L., that is entirely up to you. If you feel that you can watch it, then I would suggest watch it. If you feel that you can't watch it because your friend's not with you anymore, then I would say don't do it.
So,
I think probably watching it will probably help you out more than anything.
Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
AEW. So we start off the show with the Shaq and Jade and Cody and Red Velvet match, which my expectations going into this were pretty low because it's like Shaq and I wasn't expecting much out of it, but it was surprisingly decent.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was like, I wouldn't go, geez, that was like one of my top 10 matches ever.
Well, no, obviously not. But it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of Jade and Red Velvet wrestling. And a couple of, like, spots with, Shaq and Cody. But it surprised me with what they did, and especially with Shaq, like, going through 2 tables.
Yeah, him going through the tables, like, kind of shocked me completely.
Wasn't expecting any of that to
I
happen.
was definitely not expecting that.
So, yeah.
Again, this was all about the whole idea behind having Shaq there is because this is part of the TNT deal. They have to like two TNT personalities in a year have to be on or something like that. Was part of the deal.
I feel like with what they did with it, and like based upon the ending, you know what I mean. And like with him being trucked down on the ambulance or whatever, or not so because he disappeared. I feel like he might show up again and they might do something else with him.
That's what I'm thinking too.
because based on the way they left it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And
what if they bring him out in a mask and like his whole body's like covered with gloves and everything, and we think it's Shaq, and it turns out it's the Big Show. Or wait, not the Big Show, just Paul White. Because there's no more BS and.
That T-shirt was freaking funny.
James says NXT was good, but the women's tag match was BS. Shayna pinned the illegal competitor Dakota Nia and Raquel was the rightful one in the ring. Adam Pearce is damn scumbag. Dakota and Raquel had that match. James, there's a big announcement coming very, very soon about that.
Next week.
Yes,
Something
next week.
That's going to change the landscape.
That's going to change the landscape of NXT.
You got me, man.
So James, be looking for big news next week as the landscape of NXT is about to change. Also, NXT will be moving to Tuesday nights. You heard it here first, right here on the Wrestle Story. Yes, Scott, we broke the news. We are telling you right now, NXT will be moving to Tuesday nights.
Unfortunately, you're a little late to the game.
No, I'm not.
A lot of people broke this.
A lot of people don't believe it, though, so I'm breaking it now.
So, I think it's happening. I think. I mean, I don't know why this, like, there's been, like, a date that's been thrown around of, like, April 13th or whatever.
Hello, John Elite.
And so, like, I don't know why there would be, like, a date put out there that people have gotten a hold of, and then it not be.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's probably happening. It's just a matter of what they're going to do,
well, maybe
and
that's
possibly
what announcing, changing
could be
announcement is next
that
week.
changes the landscape at NXT next week. They move into Tuesdays.
Also, there's a takeover on a Thursday.
It's
going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, yes, but the thing is NXT moving to Tuesdays would be a big changes the scope of everything. And
for us, yeah, for sure, because then we have a Tuesday show.
Yeah. You're late, Mr. G. I told you all Tuesday. James, we don't listen to you.
I saw this yesterday.
We actually did see it. And
it was already thrown around yesterday, and then more people picked it up this morning and started talking about it, and with NXT potentially moving to Tuesdays.
I would, by the way, James, I was just kidding. We do listen to you.
So they're admitting defeat to Dynamite.
Pretty much, Cody. Pretty much.
Man. So,
would you guys review NXT on Tuesday nights or no?
Yeah.
Jonelle will be here on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Kind of screws up my impacts, though.
Darn.
That sucks for Impact. Yep. Pretty much.
Man. So yeah, Shaq and Jade versus Cody and Red Velvet. I thought this was pretty well done. Shaq did like several chops in the corner to Cody. They looked like they hurt, and then he proceeded to beat up the Nightmare Family on the outside, the Gun Club or whatever, and whoever else, QT Marshall. That's the other dude that was out there from the Nightmare Family. He beat them up.
Yes.
During the match, which was cool. Slammed them.
Yes.
Beat them up.
Again, I thought this was done well for what they were working with, and I love the ending. Him going through the table was awesome.
Definitely. And
then the whole ending with Red Velvet and Jade was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah. So Red Velvet hit a moonsault after, like, they were all out on the floor after the whole thing with Shaq beating people up. Moonsault looked good. And then we had the Cody spot with Shaq and the tables, and Cody was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like, instantly, like, as one should.
Yeah, he was. He was like, "I think I just killed you." You'd like, did you smack your head off the edge of anything there? Because you're so tall.
Shaq was like, "I'm good."
I'm good. I'm just unconscious.
And then.
And I can't breathe.
And then Jade ended up.
And the table stabbed me in the back.
Jade ended 2 tables to be.
But other than that, don't worry about it.
So Jade then got the win, and I think that was the only logical thing to do was to give Shaq and Jade the win, just because it's Jade's first match ever in AEW, and so I feel like it just made sense.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think Red Velvet did really well in this match, and so did like Jade. I thought they wrestled really well. I'm just not like sold on her gimmick. I don't like it. I don't like the whole like stir the pot, bake a cake.
Yes.
Like no.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
So.
I do. It's cool. Red Velvet. That's the whole idea, though. That's the Red Velvet gimmick.
I get it.
I love it.
I understand it. Okay, I get it, but I don't like it.
It's cool.
I feel like it's really cheesy.
What? Okay, so what?
And like, I don't know.
There's a lot of other.
Really? You want to compare Kenny Omega to Red Velvet?
I'm just saying.
Don't.
If one's cheesy, then they're both cheesy.
But no.
Oh no, because one's Kenny Omega.
There's a difference. I don't even like Kenny Omega, okay? I'm not even a Kenny Omega fan.
I know you're not.
And there's like a difference between the two. I feel like the Red Velvet stuff is kind of cheesy, and I'm not a fan of it.
Okay. I think it's
me,
part of the gimmick, and it's part
work.
of the entire the entire way, how everything works.
And that's
Okay.
fine. That's fine. So we then have Shaq, who's loaded into the ambulance, and this killed me because he didn't even fit into the ambulance. They were trying to close the doors, and they didn't close, so he had to like pull his knees up to his chest for them to just close the doors. And then we go to like commercial break and come back, and Tony Schiavone goes to the ambulance and is like, I'm sorry, I know he's like got to get to a hospital or whatever, but like, I need to get a word from him or somebody.
My question is, how do you let a 7'4" guy sneak away from you?
I don't know. And when Tony
The
opened
7
the
foot,
ambulance,
and he's
it
not.
was empty.
And the thing is, he's not just a 7'4" guy that's like skinny, like some 7'4". It's
He's
a
like
7'4" guy that's like big. How do you let him get away from you?
I don't know.
Like he just snuck. Like, wow, where did Shaq go?
Oh man.
I don't understand it.
So yeah.
Let's see here. Speaking of NXT, have you seen the Michael Phelps YouTube ad? I thought it was a Johnny Gargano because they look similar. I don't know if I've seen it.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I've seen it. Finn vs. Cole NXT title next week. Interesting.
I did see that.
Interesting. James, I just said that, dude, like seconds ago. Johnny Elite said that. Io vs. Tony next week for the NXT Women's title. Also next week. Yes, next week for the NXT Women's title. Also next week. Yes. It should be a good match. NXT is probably good. And so I think it's, the issue is it's like dealing with AEW right now. We're just AEW right now.
We're just AEW right now.
Because the storylines are good. Do you think the Impact Wrestling will move to Thursdays since NXT will move to Tuesdays? I don't know, John. I do not know what they will do. I think it depends on how big they're going to try and make Impact.
I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're going to stay on Tuesdays. Their stuff is not going to do very well, and NXT will do better.
Well, at least NXT can go, look, we beat somebody on one night.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Red Velvet's a good wrestler.
I agree.
I don't got anything against Red. Yeah.
I think she's a great wrestler.
Yes.
However,
how you doing, Jack?
I don't like the gimmick.
Shaq got decimated by Thanos. Yes, he did. He got crushed. LA Knight versus Bronson Reed. A feud has started. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Where to Sean and Hey Gleens.
Why did you read it like that? I think most people would read it as where to Sean. Not where
don't
to
know.
Sean.
Where did we get what's the difference?
I don't know. Where Shaq, not Sean.
I was trying to figure out who Sean was. Jack like threw me off. He threw Sean in there, and I was
where
like,
to Sean?
like,
Shaq.
who is
not
Sean?
Sean. Oh
like
man.
Sean Spears.
So I mean, maybe because there was a Sean Spears on this show.
We had a Sean Spears sighting, and we have a new Four Horsemen. That's very interesting.
So
don't you think?
Yeah, sure. I'll talk about that in a minute. We then have Rey Fenix and Pac, Death Triangle, or not Death Triangle because there's not a third person to make a triangle. Death line segment.
Yeah. I'll say it again. You both have sold out. We haven't sold out, James. We haven't sold out. We just think that we have broadened our horizons.
And so Rey Fenix and Pac, I don't know. I mess it up every time. Versus John Skylar and D3. I don't know who those guys are. Jobbers, I'm assuming. And the match lasted 1 minute and 8 seconds because,
Yeah.
It's a jobber match, clearly. But Rey Fenix and Pac won. It's fun. Cool.
Yes. Remember the two legendarily bad Taker were 2 promos? Yes. Sotomura versus Ray tomorrow for the NXT UK women's title on NXT UK. See, NXT UK is good too. It's just like there's so much
stuff to watch.
So there, James, we're not sellouts because I would watch NXT UK. It's just at like 3:00 in the afternoon, and like, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it kind of screws everything up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I know Jack's going, what are you talking about? Like, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning watching stuff.
So, you got anything else to add for the Ray Phoenix Pac thing?
No, I think what they're doing is pretty cool. I don't have a lot to add to it, just because I think it's a matter of what they're going to do with it. And right now, what they've done with it is good.
Cool. So we then get MJF and Chris Jericho doing their media for stuff.
Media for stuff.
So, Conrad Thompson asks a question about Sammy Guevara. And Jericho's like, I never want to hear that name. Ever again. Say it again, bad things will happen. Bum bum bum. So, yeah, he's mad about that. We have Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric B, or whatever they called him.
They call him Eric B.
And he asks where attacking Papa Buck stood on Jericho's list of stupid ideas. Well, the Young Bucks then came out after this because Jericho and MJF were like, ha 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 ha, yeah, we're great, we attacked them, woohoo, the greatest segment in Dynamite history, yes! So then Nick is all like, look, you guys made this personal when you went after our dad, okay? Our dad made us into what we are today. Without him, there would be no Young Bucks and there would be no AEW. So,
I'm glad that he figured that out. Without their dad, they wouldn't be here.
So,
I wish MJF would have went, Sherlock. I'm not sure if you understand this, but that's how it works. You have to have a dad to be born. Heading futuristic.
So then, Nick goes on to say if there wasn't an AEW, MJF would be waiting for Rosie O'Donnell to call him back. I thought that was really freaking funny. Because, if you haven't seen it, well, you've been living under a rock. But did you see it? The video of MJF as a kid on the Rosie O'Donnell show?
Yeah.
Singing?
Yeah.
It was great. I love it. And so, yeah. Then the Young Bucks get into a fight. They clear the ring. And Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson end up setting up tables for the Bucks. And Nick jumped off the entrance door, and Matt jumped off the ramp into Santana and Ortiz. Stupid bumps, but they look cool.
Yes.
Like, Matt nearly missed the table when he came down. Nick went through it no problem, But because Matt was going off the ramp, sort of, you jump off and you just kind of have to hope you hit the table, I suppose.
You hope you hit the table.
He, nearly missed it.
Man, I hope I hit that table. Because if I miss it...
Well, I don't know. I feel like it'd be easier to not that it's easy to jump off either thing, because they're both incredibly stupid, but jumping off the entrance, pod thing, you're not, you don't have to, run. You're there, and you're jumping off from, a pretty high area onto, that.
Yes.
Right? Onto the person. I feel like when you're coming at the ramp, there's less of a height difference.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to go too high and just come right back down. You kind of have to go out and over.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I feel like it's just, he nearly missed.
He did.
But he hit the table.
I have a feeling here's what's going to happen. I think that...
It looked cool.
I think the Young Bucks are going to get killed at... I think that what you're going to get is MJF and Jericho winning. And then they're going to get killed. The rest of Inner Circle is going to come out and kill the Young Bucks at Revolution. Simply because I think Matt is going to need to go get surgery done.
He can barely get in the ring.
Yeah, watching him climb through the ropes, I think he's got to go and get it fixed. So it's one of those things that he's definitely got to get it fixed. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
So so I think they're gonna get killed, and then I think what's eventually gonna happen, we're gonna have an Inner Circle. This is gonna be long-term booking. Inner Circle against the Good Brothers down the road, or not the Good Brothers, the Bullet Club down the road.
I guess we will.
In fact, I would not be shocked if we don't build the Inner Circle a little more, add a couple more guys to the group, and then the Bullet Club forms with some of the New Japan guys and then some of the Impact guys, and they end up doing battle against each other. Just a prediction.
Yeah, I think...
By the way, if you haven't joined our Discord server, you can join our Discord server there. I put the links in. Maven has no idea about the Discord, so...
No, I don't.
But we can. You can
That's
always.
all Mr. G.
The thing is, you can always do live chat and things like that, and talk to people and things. So it's pretty cool. No wonder why the WWE nobody wants to get Strowman's dirty yeast infected hands. James, half of AEW's roster came from WWE. Well, James,
half of AEW's roster came from the independents. Half of
all of
AEW's roster
I was gonna say all of WWE's roster came from somewhere else. So
I hate that argument. I really hate that argument.
Yeah.
The whole AEW is just full of ex-WWE guys. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Like so. Everybody came from somewhere, whether you were on the independent circuit, whether you were in Impact, whether you were in Ring of Honor, whether you were in...
They came from somewhere.
Exactly.
Most people don't just jump straight to WWE.
No, so I feel like I don't like that argument at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's I think that no matter what, you could find people went somewhere. And AEW's new, so they had to. I'm in pain thanks to my hip, and only just noticed the jewels on Maven's face. Sorry, Maven. Jack's walking around stumbling, crippled, and just now. Whoa!
Just now I realized this took forever to do. I filmed a video and it took forever. So yeah.
I'm in pain thanks to I was the first one.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks.
In their Discord, and I'm never first in any Discord. Well, Futuristic, you should feel special because we are glad that you joined our Discord.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
So, we have after this, FTR and Tully Blanchard versus Jurassic Express. I rather enjoyed this.
I was curious how they were going to do Tully.
Me too.
James, don't ever push my buttons again.
I did not think that he was going to wrestle a ton. I did not think he was going to do much in this match. I thought he was maybe going to have one spot where he beat up Marco Stunt, and that was going to be about it. However, that is not what they did. He did a bit more than that, which I thought was cool.
He did, and like I said, I thought that this was...
And it looked good. It wasn't it wasn't great, but for dude being 70 years old, okay, he might not be 70 years old. He might be a little younger than that. But it didn't look bad.
No, it didn't, and that's what I thought. He actually looked decent.
Okay, nearly 70 years old.
67.
He's 67. So, for being a nearly 70-year-old dude to still look semi-decent in the ring, I don't ever want to hear anybody say that they can't do it.
No, because he's, obviously there's some stuff he can't do, and obviously he was, winded and stuff like that. But overall, I felt that,
some of the wrestlers that we got today
he did a
suplex.
Winded.
Yeah!
So, and even though it was on Marco Stunt, it wasn't, the fact that he was able to do it was amazing, because there's a lot of them that couldn't do it. So I thought it was good.
Yes.
When it I like pushing y'all's buttons when it comes to AEW. You really have Young Bucks lose on Sunday? Yes, they're going to have to. I think Matt has to get his knee done.
I'm not telling you mine until we get to the predictions for Revolution. Sorry.
The jewels on Maven's face are worth more than my wife's wedding ring. I'm a bad person. I'm laying down, so as long as I don't walk for a bit, I'll mod well, hopefully. I'm not that special. You are special, Futuristic. You're special to us. We appreciate you being here. Ains, by a Man,
I've
moissanite.
heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just don't know how to say it.
And it is a lot
Wedding
shinier
ring.
than a diamond. I've heard of it before. I don't know how to say it, but I've heard of it.
Jack, if she's in the dollar store, she can have it.
So, yeah, Tully Blanchard came out wearing the United States Championship, FTR, I can't speak. FTR wore some old tag team belts from, Tully, and he and Arn were champs or whatevs. And JJ Dillon was with them. He accompanied them to the ring, which I thought was cool. So there was a spot where JJ Dillon gave Dax his shoe, which he then used to beat up Jungle Boy and knock him out.
I loved having the J.J. Dillon spot in there.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It's like old school stuff there.
Yeah.
And, the fact that this whole thing was done well, I thought.
I thought so too. So then a cameraman gets involved on the outside, and I was like, oh, shoot. Because I didn't realize it was a spot at first. I thought they legitimately fell into a camera guy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, because they did one of them got thrown out on the outside, and the dude was standing there with the camera, and they were like, oh, shoot.
So they did a good job.
One of the camera guys is out, and I was like, oh, dang, that's probably not good. Yeah. And then he proceeded to attack him, and I was like, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
And so, the camera guy ended up getting involved, which led to Tully and FTR being able to hit the spike pile driver on Luchasaurus, and then Tully Blanchard pinned Luchasaurus, and then the camera guy was revealed to be Shawn Spears, and after the match, Arn Anderson came out and did the whole four horsemen thing, which I thought was cool.
But Tully was looking at him going like this first.
So
who are the four horsemen there? Because Tully's not going to be one of the four horsemen, I'm sorry. I just don't see him being one of the four. So obviously we have FTR, we have Shawn Spears. Who's number 4?
Cody? Not Cody? I mean, why is Arn out there?
Because is it possible we're going to have 2 4 horsemen?
Maybe. The battle.
The battle of the 4 horsemen?
That could be fun.
So who's going to be the 4th that's going to go with FTR and Shawn Spears?
I don't know. There was rumors a long time ago that it was going to be Adam Page, but it makes no sense for Adam Page to be put in.
No, it doesn't make any sense for him to do it now with the direction they're going with him.
So I don't know. Maybe they bring in somebody.
Yeah. I mean, could it be possible whoever shows up Sunday is the 4th?
Maybe.
I mean,
we'll see.
Archer, could it be? I can't see Archer leaving Jake the Snake.
I think there will be a face and a heel horseman.
I think that's possible. I think it's going to be a battle of Arn and Tully. And I don't even know if they're going to be face and heel. I think it's going to be more an Arn saying, hey, you know what? I was the 4 horsemen. Tully's going to know I was the 4 horsemen, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring my 4 horsemen. We'll fight your 4 horsemen, and we'll see.
I like that whole idea.
4 horsemen?
Though.
What? Yeah.
I like that whole idea because I think it's a fun. I think it's a fun way to do it.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a good way to do it. Why didn't we get Buck's dad bleeding? Well, because he was too busy. He's in the hospital, Jack.
God, that was so
He's probably got a major head injury from last week.
That was legitimately.
So he couldn't come in. By the way, hello, Clark. How you doing? I can only imagine how god-awful that Shaq match is. I don't want to see him wrestle. Clark, it really wasn't too bad.
Shaq. The Shaq thing, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Overall, that match really was not that bad. I thought it was a solid match. For what they did, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then Shaq went through 2 tables.
Absolutely.
Which I was shocked to see.
Yeah. So,
who could possibly be the mystery person? I'm saying Brock Lesnar. Possibly futuristic. If it's Lesnar, that's huge.
That is a big deal if it's Lesnar.
I mean, that's not... But I don't think it's going to be Lesnar just because the way the Big Show said it. Said, it's not who you think it is.
But I feel like Brock Lesnar is somebody who, like...
So I suppose if he says it's not who you think it is, with everybody going, okay, CM Punk...
Everybody's always been like, CM Punk.
Yeah.
You know, like, everybody always says, oh, CM Punk is going to show up in AEW. Like, well, like...
I was reading recently that the Triple Threat were ECW's version of the 4 Horsemen. Yes, I'd heard that too, Clark. Then a bust of album 4 Horsemen. Man, Archer would be great, but him and Jake are awesome. Yeah, I can't see him going with the 4 Horsemen just because of what they're doing with him and Jake.
Yeah,
It just makes more sense to keep them with Jake.
I rather like what Archer and Jake have done.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it hasn't been over the top per se, but it's been fun, and I like what Jake does on the outside of the ring. I feel like he's very into it.
Yeah.
Like, he looks excited to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yes. I agree. I think even Jake getting involved. Was it last week he got involved?
It's not like huge spots, but it's just, you know, it's
the fact that he got involved and was like doing anything. You know?
A couple weeks ago, he did DDT on somebody.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And then he clotheslined somebody, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it's the fact that he's getting involved, even though, you know, knowing that he's not in the bed. I think probably what happened is Tully went, well, crap. If Jake can do it,
I can do it.
I can get in the ring.
But I kind of like seeing some of it's not like overshadowing everything, and it's just like small spots like that. Whereas, not to be all AEW, WWE, but when WWE does spots where they bring people back, I feel like they're always over the top, and like they take away from what they're actually trying to do, like what they actually should be doing. And I feel like with AEW, they throw the spots in there, like, you know, and they're fun spots, but they don't take over whatever they're trying to accomplish in the storyline. Yeah. Which I think is cool.
If Becky decides to not come back, I will forever be done with wrestling. Well, James, is there a possibility she's not coming back?
No. I think she's coming back.
So, you know, if she doesn't come back, I'd be shocked. I enjoyed Sham's match. Well, Sham was good, wasn't he, Jack? Holy cow. It's like Sean, Sham, Shaq. Only Ron and Steph did a better job. Celeb match. Jack, I know you're in pain. I'm just giving you a hard time here. The Shaq match was not as bad as I expected it to be. No, I thought it was solid. Today I was watching videos of the most evil corporations of movies and video games. Movies and video games with the evil corporations are a reflection of Earth's government's life imitates art. Yes, I would say to a certain extent there, Clark, it does. I was there at day 1 of the CM Punk 434-day reign. That reign's only a bit longer than lockdown. Well, just think about it, Jack. You were there for day 1 of lockdown, too. Crazy. Maybe it's you, Jack. That's where the connection is. See it? Because we haven't been in lockdown at all, so we just let people die. Remember when Machine Gun Kelly got pumped up powerbombed by Kevin Owens? That was a godsend because his music hurts my ears.
Well, we can't be friends because to be completely honest, I do like Machine Gun Kelly's music. More specifically, his most recent album, Tickets to My Downfall, is stellar. It's a stellar album, top to bottom. His rap stuff, not a big fan of that, but like the whole, you know, his new album, fire. So that hurt just a little bit. like that kind of hurt. And I don't know that we can be friends anymore.
So we did all go crazy when Edge came. Yeah, I mean, you know, and now that he's going to show up on, how you doing, Justin? Now that he's going to show up on AEW, it's big things happening, man.
Oh. No, don't let it be Ryback. Ryback cannot be the surprise.
I don't see Ryback as being that big a name.
No,
to be,
no, thank you. No, thank you.
It can't be Ryback.
No, freaking thank you. No.
Can't be Ryback.
No.
I can't see it being them talking about it and having it being Ryback.
No.
Lockdown day 1 was St. Patrick's Day. I'm Irish. Jack, you're only half Irish. Just reminding you.
We know that. We know more about you
than you know about
you.
Y'all don't take to heart. I'm just messing with y'all about AEW. James, we take everything to heart here. You've been here long enough. You know how we take it. And we just don't like it anymore, James. Right there.
That's what it felt like when I said that Machine Gun Kelly's music hurts his
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're
Mark
both hurt.
Henry is a surprise. But see, I can't. He said, if you listen to what he said, it's a. He didn't say it was a Hall of Famer. He said it was a Hall. How do you put it?
A
The quality,
like Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
One day.
He didn't say it was a Hall of Famer. So I think that you really need to read into the words. Which makes, because is Punk's not in the Hall of Fame, is he?
No.
So Punk is one that it could be, but I can't see it be him because he goes, it's not who you think it is.
The only thing I can think of when you say something like that, it's not who you think it is then I go into the, you think you know me, and it's Edge. But Edge is in WWE.
Ding, 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 ding! Who said it's happening? Who?
Like, legitimately, though, I don't know why that's where my mind goes when it's the...
He's a Hall of Famer,
It's
though.
not who you think it is, and then it's, you think you know me. That's where my mind goes to. Anyways.
I've been saying he's going to show up. Haven't I? Haven't I been saying that?
Yeah.
Everybody just crap if that's who it was.
David, MGK sucks. That's strike 3. You're out. Oh no, I hate MGK. What is up with this, folks? Okay,
He was making fun of Rock.
I get it. His rap stuff, not great. His new album is good though. Like, if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend you do. Even if it makes your ears bleed, Ains. Okay. You should listen to it because it's a quite fire album. Like I said, it's catchy. Moving
Yes. Rock and roll is way better than rap, no doubt about it. But I mean, I listen to him almost anything. But rock and roll is my favorite. So, MJK died by Eminem murdered him. That was a massacre. If you're Irish,
that's why he quit rapping.
If you're Irish, drink some Irish vodka, Jack. What if it's Zelina Vega? I can't see it being Zelina Vega either. It's got to be someone big.
So, after this,
no pun intended.
we have the Tony Schiavone interview with Paul White, and Big Show is wearing his No More BS shirt, which I think is hilarious.
And the crowd started chanting "No More BS."
I thought it was funny.
And what did he say? He said,
He said something about, oh, well, this was the face turn you never saw coming.
Yeah,
or
this was
and I thought that was funny too. So
nope, I didn't see it coming. It was like he was coming down the road and then went.
So he then says that he is the biggest scoop ever, and this Sunday AEW will be signing a Hall of Fame level talent, a Hall of Fame level talent. So who on the face of this earth could this possibly be? I have no clue. Okay. You?
Yeah, me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something.
No, it's me.
Okay.
Next minute is going to say she's like 6'9". She is 6'9".
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. You think you know me? What's my favorite movie? Jack? You have Jack, I'm sorry, but you have multiple favorite movies.
I know this. We know this. He said it multiple times.
Yes.
And I'm drawing a blank.
It's Star Trek, Jack.
Oh, man.
And if it isn't,
it should be.
It should be. Today I bought 2 Stone Cold Steve Austin's VHS at my local secondhand store. Hey, cool, Clark. What was on it? Would you what specifically were they matches from Raw and everything, or did it just was it his all-time greatest matches? You know what? I'll give it a chance. I'll let you know what I think, but I'll forever hate him for making fun of Rock. It's okay. Futuristic, it's okay. Rock is cool. It was the screw job in NXT. I got it. Big Show said Hall of Fame worthy. Yes. No, I've got 1. Star Trek is 13 films. Well, you could treat it as 1. You could go, well, that's just like one big film. Right? No, probably not. So let me think, Jack. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think here.
I'm trying to think who
The Godfather is your favorite movie. It's just of his
don't
famous
think it.
moments. Both tapes are rated TV. Cool. So what do we have next?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of who the stupid talent is. Somebody on Twitter said Tessa Blanchard. Somebody said Brock. Somebody said CM Punk. Somebody said Okada, I think.
Brock makes sense. Okada makes sense.
I think Tessa Blanchard makes sense.
Tessa Blanchard makes sense. But I don't see her as being like Hall of Fame worthy right now.
I don't know about that.
No, that's not one 27-hour film.
I think Tessa Blanchard is good.
Yeah.
I think he's
But I don't know if she's like.
I think she could be Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah. Jack likes E.T.
So I don't know.
We found out Jack likes E.T. Oh yeah, I'm kidding. Hello, MGK ain't the worst. Just when Eminem and him dissed each other, he literally changed genre of music because Eminem destroyed him in the diss track.
Well,
Lesson learned.
I mean, yeah.
What if it's Mark Henry? I can't see it being Mark Henry.
I don't like the idea of Mark Henry. I feel like that's a total letdown.
Yeah, Maddie, I can't see it being RVD either. He just doesn't do it for me.
Well,
I mean, RVD is cool, but he just doesn't like. I wouldn't sit here and go, man, I'm hoping RVD shows up in AEW because that would just like make AEW that much better.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I also saw somebody say
it's got to be somebody big.
I saw somebody say Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is getting ready to go somewhere. I don't know where. Because he put up a video the other day talking about. Okay, well, he didn't really talk in the video, but it was like one of his videos that he does, and I think he's getting ready to come back somewhere. It's a matter of where. I hope AEW, because I think it would fit in with AEW really, really well. So yeah, Ethan Page, I think is getting ready to come back somewhere. Now whether he's like the big thing for Sunday, I don't know. Not.
Jack Jurassic Park.
I think honestly it will be Kurt Angle. That's somebody else who I saw people say.
See, Kurt Angle doesn't do it for me either.
Nick Aldis?
Yeah, no, it's not Nick Aldis. It can't be Nick Aldis.
Why not?
No, because Nick Aldis is doing his thing. No, it could be.
Why couldn't it be Nick Aldis? I think that'd be a big deal.
Well, think about it. Nick Aldis shows up to promote NWA.
I mean, because they have their big pay-per-view coming back. And they're coming back.
EC3 signed with Ring of Honor. Yeah, so it's not EC3. It could be Nick Aldis. Good. That could be
Nick Aldis is a good one, though. Nick Aldis is a good one. And I think I think that would be fun. I think that would be fun. So
that'd be an interesting one. Nick Aldis could be a,
Like, I legitimately, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have no clue. It's Jim Cornette.
You know what, Johnny Lee? That's a pretty good guess. I mean, that's one where. But did he say he signed with AEW, or he was just going to be at Revolution?
I think he said that signing. The AEW will be signing a Hall of Fame level talent. So I don't know. It's Mike Tyson. He's in the Hall of Fame after all.
But I don't think he said he was in the Hall of Fame.
No, he said it's a Hall of Fame level talent. They'll be signing a Hall of Fame level talent.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He said they were signing them. He's not going to sign Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis isn't going to be signed to AEW. Since with NWA is starting back up.
I mean, come on, Big Show didn't say what he or she was going to do, so it could be him.
Kurt Angle's already a Hall of Famer.
Man. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But it's got me intrigued. It's got me intrigued. To say the least.
Definitely. Definitely has me intrigued.
Intrigued?
Intrigued.
It's Schindler's List.
Schindler's List,
That's
Jack. That's my
favorite.
guess. Schindler's List.
That's Jack's favorite movie.
I knew it.
I knew it too, but I couldn't remember what it was called.
It's Chris Jericho's Christy Jericho.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely got me like thrown for a loop. I don't know, but I'm excited to see who it's gonna be. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting.
It adds
Interesting
another
to see.
sprinkle of pizzazz to the pay-per-view.
Yes. It's Hornswoggle, guys.
Oh, man.
Volterra, you know, Hornswoggle is an Impact. And he did an excellent AJ Styles.
Definitely.
So if you haven't seen Hornswoggle do an AJ Styles in Impact, go check out. I'm sure it's somewhere on YouTube. Yes, it's Schindler's List. Great research. I just had to remember, Jack. I couldn't remember, I remember you talking about Schindler's List, but I just couldn't remember, because you talked about a couple movies, so I had to get it narrowed down. I'm sorry, Jack. I had to look it up.
He tried. He tried.
I had to research that.
So after this, we have Rio.
I read the Braun Bray Swamp Fight was voted worst match of 2020. Yes, it was, but I didn't think it was bad.
The Braun Bray Swamp Fight?
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful.
I thought it was okay.
No, it was not good.
Not Hornswoggle. Man, I totally forgot the NBA All-Star is on Sunday as well. I'm going to multitask on Sunday.
So,
John Elite, you're going to be a busy man.
So, we then have Nyla Rose versus Ryo Mizunami. I can't read. Rio? Is it Rio or is it Rio?
I think it's Rio.
Rio?
I think so.
Rio?
Yeah.
Mizunami.
Well, let me look it up.
Okay.
We don't want to mess her name up. I thought she was good.
Well, because on commentary it kept sounding like they were saying Riho.
Yeah, I know. That's
which
what I thought.
I think, so that's why it's Rio. Anyways, really good match. I thought this was really well done. I liked this.
I would like to tell you how to pronounce it, but it's in Japanese.
So we're going to say Rio.
Rio? Yeah, I think it's Rio.
Mizunami. So.
I think that's how you say it.
There we go.
Yes.
Really, like I said, really great match. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was,
so she
well done.
She is now the #1 contender for, and gets a title shot
this Sunday.
Yes.
Hikaru Shida.
So we have our Japanese women.
I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be good. I don't know the whole backstory between the two of them, but commentary was sort of talking it up like they have fought before and they've had like a long-standing feud or something like that. And so I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not a match that like I've seen before. It's not a match that's really like been done. In,
Yeah.
AEW.
Jack says, well, I've got a film degree too, so I watch lots of movies. Okay, Kaden Carter is out for blood next week against Xia Li for her injuring Casey. Y'all's thoughts. Xia Li will kill her because she's the Kung Fu master. She took a beating with kendo sticks and stuff like that.
Did you see that Casey Kenzo tore something in her leg?
Yeah. Her LCL.
Yeah, that.
Lateral cruciate ligament.
Okay. I'm glad you know that.
Yeah. Yes, they already are with Impact. Makes sense. Good Brothers were there. Yes, Voltaire, them working out with which is why I said, AEW's done a lot to help out some of these smaller organizations that don't necessarily have the funding behind them. The Fiend was also voted the most overrated and worst gimmick of 2020, which doesn't make a lot of sense because The Fiend I thought was a good gimmick. It is a good gimmick.
It doesn't make any sense.
The issue they had with it is what they did with, like, giving him the title.
Yep.
I see it as Rio. Yes. Aliens and Pulp Fiction are second. Apocalypse Now is third. So Apocalypse has dropped down, apparently. My favorite movie is The Shallow. I'll come back and ask what's my favorite movie, and if I only can remember to ask, which is not possible for me to do.
So then Shida was there, and she presented Rio with the trophy, and then Rio presented Shida with a forearm.
Yes. Do you think we get a new women's champion on Sunday? I'm going to say yes.
You're not supposed to be giving away your predictions.
I'm going to say you're going to have to wait till the end of the show to find out. Because that was just a teaser.
That was just a test.
Yeah.
And he failed, okay? He failed because
Aunt,
he told
how
you
you
his
doing?
prediction
Hello.
before we got through this show.
Yes. I'll ask for you. Jack remembers everything, so just ask Jack to remember future history.
So, we then get announced...
Because he remembers, like, everything.
We get announced for the AEW Revolution buy-in. We are getting Thunder Rosa and Riho versus Britt Baker and Rebel.
Yes.
Talk more on that in a little bit. We then have Sting, the promo. Sting says that he's ready for the street fight, and then Ricky Starks comes out and is like, look, here, I have got to tell you, I don't like you, but, like, we kind of underestimated you. You know, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and say that, like, I mean, you kind of gave us a beating last week, but look, Sting, well, pow, let's fight each other. And then they beat each other up, and then we had Team Taz who tried to, like, break it up, right? And so Sting gave Ricky the Stinger Splash and then put him in the Scorpion Deathlock, and then Will Hobbs was all like, Ricky, no! And Hook, that's his name, he came in, tried to beat up Sting, got a forearm to the face. Okay, that's not really a forearm, that's an elbow. And proceeded to then, they all got beat up because Darby made the save.
Yes.
Cool segment.
So when does... I haven't been watching Dark. Has Hook been on Wrestling on Dark? How you doing, Jake?
If anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah, has Hook been wrestling on Dark? I'm just curious as to whether he's been... Because he's been on Dynamite, you know, with Taz quite a bit. I was just curious if he's wrestled on Dark at all. If he has, that'd be interesting. I remember you two bet $50. Yes, I do. I think honestly it'll be John Cena. I'm calling it. Well, you know what, Ains? Even if it wasn't John Cena, you could always say it was John Cena. You just couldn't see him. I don't know. I'm not caught up with Dark. Yeah, me neither. That's why I'm curious. Has Hook been on Dark and wrestled on Dark? If anybody knows, inquiring minds like ours want to know.
Yeah, dude, he's like really big.
He is. He's bigger than Taz.
So,
you know.
Yeah. That was that. Good segment, I thought.
Yeah.
Sweet, simple, to the point. Ready for the street fight.
Definitely ready for the street fight.
We then get Max Caster versus Preston Vance, number 10 of the Dark Order. And this is for a spot in the ladder match.
Yes.
This weekend or whatever. Isn't it a ladder match? I think it's a ladder match.
Yeah, I think so.
For the shot at the TNT title?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Hey, did we say hello to, like, Gimme Holiak? Because I think he came in here.
Yeah, I said hi, Aunt.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
And then he left. He didn't want to talk to us anymore. He comes in and says hello, and then he takes off.
What's up? Hey, Jake.
Hey, guys.
What's
See ya.
up?
I said hi to Jake, too, and he probably just, like, took off.
Max Caster versus Preston Vance. I thought this was decent. Scorpio Sky was on commentary. He was acting kind of heelish.
Yeah, what was up with Scorpio Sky? What's he doing?
I don't know.
Are they changing his gimmick?
I don't know. He hasn't been teamed up with SCU in a long time.
No, but think about it.
I feel like he hasn't been working with them, and I don't know. I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but I'm also not really a fan of it. I'm just kind of like, don't know how I feel about this whole, like, if we're trying to turn him into a bad guy.
But he went through, remember, didn't Kazarian go through this too? Kind of a heelish type
Not
thing.
really. He was just mad at the world.
Well, yeah, but it was, you know, it's one of those things. I think that this is kind of what they did with Kazarian.
Sort of, but I feel like SCU has kind of been in this, like, really weird place in AEW, because they're not necessarily being, like, used a ton, which I'm cool with, because they're pushing other people, and I'm sure that they're fine with it too, because they've been in the business for, like, 70 freaking 5 years. So, like, you know.
Hello, Jenny.
But, like, we haven't seen a ton out of them, and that's cool. But it's also, like, I don't know what they're doing with, like, Scorpio Sky, because they're now, like, all of a sudden, like, throwing him back into the mix. And, like, is he still working with the SCU? Is he not? Because I feel like it's very unclear what's happening with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I don't know. SCU is kind of...
Because they did a couple of weeks ago where, like, if Kazarian and, oh my god, what is his name? What is the other guy in SCU? Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
If Kazarian and Daniels lost their tag team match, SCU is no longer a thing. And I don't think they lost that match. So
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Guys, I got my vaccine today. I regret it. I didn't have COVID. Well, we're glad you didn't have COVID, Jack. Or James. And I'm glad you got a shot.
We're glad neither of you had COVID.
Yeah, we're glad none of you had COVID. It's a street fight, but sadly, street always wins. I quote Dominic Toretto from Fast and the Furious. You know, I've never watched Fast and the Furious. I've watched parts of it, but I never watched the whole thing. Just, like, it didn't interest me. It's that a lot. One of the moments where the WWE ruined Kane even more was when he was in that skit with Jeffrey the Giraffe. Well, that happens sometimes. Hook hasn't been wrestling yet, but coming out with Team Taz members during their matches, he's got involved a couple times. Yeah, I was just curious I wasn't sure if he had wrestled on Dark or not. LeBron James ain't a Hall of Famer. It could be LeBron. It could be.
LeBron.
Could be.
Could be LeBron.
Daniel's Maven Daniels.
I always forget.
I'm the gay heat rep here. Ant's at work in a few hours. Ant just came and said hello and then took off. I forgot all about SCU. So did everybody else. They just haven't been around.
I always forget Daniel's name. I always forget it's Christopher Daniels. I can remember Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, but I can't ever remember Christopher Daniels. I don't know.
I've not had the vaccine yet. I proper want one. Yeah. You might not want one. There's been rumors or stories of it, not so much men, but women having issues with their breast and their lymph nodes under their arm after getting the shot. So, who knows? I wonder who this future potential Hall of Famer will be. I love that you
give that information to Jack.
Yes. Well, I just wanted Jack to be aware, that there's a story out there that's happening. I would rather watch Kane's Isaac Yankem and fake Diesel editor matches than watch that stupid skit.
So, Max Caster won after Jack Evans rolled out from under the ring, hit Preston Vance with the boombox, and then went back under the ring. And Matt Hardy had paid Jack Evans to do so.
Excellent segment.
Of the feud with
this was good.
Dark Order. So
I felt that the way they did this. How you doing, Swerve Show? I felt that the way they did this was excellent. What are you laughing at?
Jack.
I'm a guy.
Oh man.
Jack, I know. I'm just giving you a heads up because you don't know what could happen to you.
He just wanted to give you the information.
Jeez.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I get that.
Man. Hey, Swerve Show, what's up? Show is great. I love the Four Horsemen segment. It felt real even without Flair.
Yeah, especially the fact that both Arn and Tully held up the Four Horsemen sign.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting on what they're doing. So this whole Matt Hardy, you have complained about him. Mm-hmm. I love what he's doing with this character.
I'm not sold.
This character is awesome.
I'm not saying it's bad, but I, however, am not sold, and I'm not a fan of it. Compared to his other gimmicks, I prefer his other stuff over this. It's not clicking for me the way his other stuff does.
Well,
so
I think part of the problem
I'm not
is
a huge fan of this whole situation.
Well, I think part of the problem is people that look at Matt and look at what he's done want a darker side of Matt and not a preppy Matt, so to speak. Does that make sense?
I'm just not a fan of it. It doesn't work for me.
I love
and
this because
cool.
it's something
different. If you
different.
like it, that's cool.
From
I'm not saying, like I said,
done.
I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just not my cup of tea.
I love it because it's something totally different, something out of left field that nobody would have expected Matt Hardy to try and do. And I think what he's done with this is great. I loved this segment when he came out and handed the money to Jack Evans. It was awesome. And then at the end of the show, with the with -1, that was awesome.
I thought that was funny.
The whole thing with Matt right now is just good.
So yeah, there's that. Max Caster has been added.
Well, now I know, so thank you. Anything I can do to help you out, Jack. I'm trying to keep you informed. I'm just trying to keep you informed out there. I want you guys to be safe, all of you. Death Exploding Deathmatch is going to be a good match. Good luck to Kenny Omega. Yes, I think it's going to be a good match. Definitely. In case y'all don't know about the vaccine shot, it's like a booster in your upper arm, just like the one the military does when you're first enlisting. Great. That's great, James. Thanks for letting me know, so that way I have something not to look forward to. How long is it going to take you to get sold on Matt Hardy before the whole thing is over? She will never get sold on him. I can guarantee it.
No, I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't work for me. The whole gimmick, like I said, if you like it, that's cool. If it works for you, that's cool. To me, this is not Matt Hardy, and it does not work for me. I don't like it.
I love how Matt's parody of Vince, but he had no business closing out the Go Home show. I think what they're doing with him is great. And even like tonight, having him close the show out, I thought was good.
I don't I think the placement of it is a bit weird, and I wouldn't have necessarily put it at the end of the show either. I would have maybe switched stuff around with one of the other segments, like I don't know.
The question
but
is...
I wouldn't have closed the show with it either.
Okay, but is this foreshadowing Heyman and Page becoming the world champion?
Why?
Because he closed out a show.
No. Just because you close out a show doesn't mean you're...
I think it could be.
No, I
could be.
Not. I think you're reaching.
To wait and watch.
I think you're reaching there just
watch.
Just a little
Watch.
bit. I think, Hangman is going to be champ. I think he's going to beat Kenny, but I don't think closing out a show has anything to do with your placement of...
Okay.
You know.
Four Horsemen was rumored to...
he's in line for a title shot next. Like, no, I don't think that's what it is.
I didn't say it'd be next. I said, soon.
I think you're reaching just a smidge. By a smidge, I mean like a lot. Like a lot. You're reaching. Just kind of... A lot.
The Four Horsewomen was rumored to reunite, but does the WWE even own that trademark anymore? I do not know, Futuristic. I don't know if they do or not. That's an interesting question.
So, we then have AEW Dark is going to be 7 p.m. on Saturday.
Interesting. Why?
Probably because we have a pay-per-view this weekend.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't make a lot of sense that they would do that. Is it going to be live?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't
You
know.
bloody fool.
We then have Miro, who cuts a promo. He says he gave Charles a chance, but Miro's gonna destroy him, and then he yells at him in Russian and or whatever that was. And,
I couldn't understand a word he said.
He yells game over or whatever.
That part I could understand.
I thought this was the most fired up Miro promo we've seen in AEW thus far.
I said give it time. Miro is going to change.
I think this is cool. Well, he kind of said that he was going to be in this promo, he said, okay, some people have said they're tired of the games, and guess what? This weekend, it's over. It's over for you. So I don't know.
Wait, is Fastlane on Sunday too? No, Fastlane's next week.
Not next week, the week after.
The week after.
The 21st.
The week after, the 21st. So make sure you check it out.
Revolution is this weekend. Next weekend there is no pay-per-view as far as I know, and the week after is Fastlane.
Yes, so it's actually in 2 weeks.
So
same weekend as NWA's return.
Yep. So we then have John Silver and Hangman Page versus Mark Quinn and Matt Hardy. Page and John Silver won. After the match, Matt Hardy attacks Page, and then the locker room fell apart, and everybody came to the ring. And they went off the air with fighting all each other. Dark Order came out first, sort of saved Adam Page's butt, and then you had other guys come out, and I was like, what is this? I don't even know who these what connection do these guys have to Matt Hardy? They have no connection. They're just out here fighting. And then more roster came out, and it was cool, whatever. The highlight of this though was -1 standing on the stage and being all it was hilarious. And then the spot he had with Matt Hardy, where they sort of
Yes.
I thought it was
the
funny.
whole spot with Matt Hardy I thought was good.
I thought it was funny. So, that's how they went off the air. It's fine. Fine way to end the show. Overall, I thought NXT was really, really well done. I really enjoyed it, pretty much from top to bottom. Yeah.
Yes. Correct. 100%.
Revolution. Let me pull up the card, and then we can talk about the pay-per-view.
Pulling up the card now. Fastlane's on a birthday. Yes, somebody's birthday will be the same day as Fastlane.
I don't know who.
Y'all know there's something that I watched on the news. The COVID virus is more moving towards type A blood than others, but they're still testing it. Well, James, it's probably best I avoid the COVID like the plague. By the way, NXT is moving to Tuesdays. That means no more NXT versus AEW war ratings. No more bullcrap. The whole war rating thing was so annoying. Yes, Futuristic, it is going to be moving to Tuesdays, which means, guess what? We will have a show on Tuesdays now.
So,
A good show, 7 out of 10. I agree, Jack. And in fact, I would say, I would even go a little bit higher. I would say probably a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it about an 8. An 8 out of 10. I think it was a really well done show.
It's Maven's birthday. Oh, yes, it is Maven's birthday. My bad.
Oh, man. So,
Totally forgot about that.
So, we have
It'll be the first day that we watch a pay-per-view on Peacock TV.
It will. It will.
A pessimist blood type is B negative. Glad I don't have that. Wait, really?
Yeah, really. Really, my birthday is on Fastlane. So we'll be here doing a show.
Yes, we will be here doing a show on Maven's birthday.
Yeah, birthday celebration. It's going to be great.
NXT reviews? Well, yeah, I can't wait.
Okay,
oh, that's what he's talking about.
Maybe he was...
Yes, we will be doing NXT reviews here on Tuesday nights.
Well, we're doing that too, you know.
Yes.
Cool. As long as NXT's on Tuesdays.
Yes. No, when NXT's on Tuesdays.
Okay, sorry. When NXT's on Tuesdays.
I believe it's April 13th is the start date. Let me double check.
So.
April 13th.
So. AEW Revolution. I'm really excited for this pay-per-view. I'm really hyped. I am really hyped for this pay-per-view. I think it's going to be really good.
Are you really hyped for this pay-per-view?
Yes, I really am. And so I'm excited for it. I'm always excited for the AEW pay-per-views. I always look forward to them because I feel like they're just, I don't know.
April 13th is a Tuesday, so it will be happening. April 13th is when NXT begins its move to Tuesday nights.
So, starting off the prediction situation here.
I'm not going 8 as it went down a bit. Happy birthday, Maven, early.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday, Maven.
Thank you.
Can I get a happy early birthday too?
Maven, wear a party hat on the Fast stream. Maybe.
Why didn't I get an early happy birthday?
I don't know.
Yes, Maven, that makeup is awesome.
Oh, thanks. I just glued a whole bunch of jewels to my eyeball. Okay, my
like,
eyelid. Technically, it's not my eyeball.
Where's mine?
They're all shiny and sparkly.
I was going to do that too, but then I thought, man, those will stick to my eyes and then they'll never come off. And when I rip them off, it's going to hurt
pain
really
in
bad.
the butt to get them on. I sat there forever.
Advanced happy birthday to you, Mr. G. Thank you, Johnny Lee. I appreciate it. I don't feel like I'm a loser anymore.
So,
even though my birthday isn't for like many, many months.
We have Riho versus Thunder Rosa. Riho and Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker and Reba on the
Thank you, Futuristic.
On the pre-show. It's a tag team match. Who do you think's winning this? Britt Baker and Reba. Britt Baker and Reba.
Okay, you go with Britt Baker and Reba.
I'm gonna say Britt Baker and Reba because.
Hang on, wait just a sec. Yeah, I'd say. Just think, Thunder Rosa is gonna be on 2 pay-per-views in back-to-back like weekends.
Ha! That's funny.
Because she's gonna be on this one, and then she's gonna be on next week or the following. Yeah, next week or in 2 weeks, I guess it is. She's going to have 2 different pay-per-views on 2 different wrestling organizations in 1 month. Mm-hmm. Remember, birthdays and ages are my superpowers. Happy early 48th, Mr. G. Jack, you're not supposed to say my age.
So, Britt Baker.
How many matches total for the show? There are 9. 9 matches. I'm going to go Britt Baker and Reba. Here's what I'm going to do. On our Discord channel, if you want to, I'm going to create... We're going to create a
Mr. G's creating
Revolution channel.
Mr. G.
And you can go in and put your predictions for Revolution.
Okay, or they could drop them in the chat. You could do that too.
They could, but I'm not going to remember any of that, at least with this.
Okay.
I could definitely remember it.
I'm not going to remember who I picked.
That's why I'm writing it down right now. And I'm going to post it.
Okay. Okay, then. Oh, was I right?
Huh?
Was Jack right on your age?
No, Jack, you were off by 5 years.
No, what are you talking about?
Huh?
What are you talking about? He's off by a lot because you're old.
Because I'm older than Dirt.
Yeah, you're a dinosaur, remember?
Yeah.
He's off by like 100 years, give or take.
So you have Britt Baker and Reba.
Yes.
Okay.
So Mr. G is...
This one.
Mr. G is making this a lot harder on himself.
Yeah.
Typing.
I'm going to take Baker and Reba too. We can test this out and see how this works.
Okay.
I don't know how to make a list on here.
Okay, have fun with that. So we have a Casino Tag Team Battle Royale.
I think I'm the oldest in the chat. James, we know you're the oldest.
We have the Casino Battle Royale.
But it's okay. We like old people too.
For future AEW World Tag Team Championship opportunity. We have Bear Country versus Dark Order versus Dark Order. Okay, to be more specific, it's John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and then Evil Uno and Stu Grayson versus the Inner Circles, Santana Ortiz versus Butcher and Blade versus Private Party versus Top Flight versus Death Triangle versus Varsity Blondes versus Matt Sydal and Mike Sydal versus SCU. So apparently SCU is still tag team. Versus Natural Nightmares versus Chaos Project versus TBA.
That was a lot of people.
Yes. So is somebody showing up in this match?
No.
A secret? A special guest?
No.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Because I feel like TBA means...
Yes. My mom went to school with Alexander Hamilton too, Mr. G. That's funny.
So...
I'm 18 years old. That probably makes me the youngest person in the chat.
Probably.
Probably close futuristic.
Probably.
I'm gonna say, you know, that Bear Country, that's a cool name.
I don't know.
I like that name. But I'm gonna take Top Flight.
I'm gonna take, for a future tag team championship opportunity, I am gonna say, I would love for it to be, I'd love for it to be Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, because I feel like they need to be pushed for something in the tag team division, because they're really good. But quite honestly, I think it's gonna be Santana and Ortiz.
Santana and Ortiz? Okay.
Because Jericho and MJF, well, I'm not going to say that yet, but they're going to win the tag titles, and then it's ultimately going to be Santana and Ortiz and Jericho and MJF.
Okay. Good choices. Good choices.
Top Flight isn't a bad guess either. However, I think you're wrong.
Thanks. By the way, I'm graduating in June. I'm not ready, thanks to COVID. Well, congratulations, Futuristic. You're always ready, man. You got any plans, you know, with your life, Futuristic? What are you going to do after your graduation?
So we're going to have Miro and Kip Sabian versus Best Friends.
I think Miro... No, actually, you know what? I'm going to go with Best Friends. Because I think afterwards, I think Miro's going to snap and kill Sabian.
I'm going to say Best Friends, too.
Good choice. John Elite's going with Dark Order. That's a decent choice. Which one? Because there's two different Dark Order teams.
Yeah, Dark Order is Alex Reynolds and John Silver.
You don't get all
Dark
four
Order
of them.
Evil Uno and Stu Grayson.
Sorry. You don't get all four of them.
I mean, yeah. You don't get all four of them.
No.
I'm also going to say Best Friends. Because, well, Best Friends.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a reason. I just
because.
Best Friends.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
okay.
Why not?
Good reason.
Why not? Okay, Team Taz versus Darby Allin and Sting in a street fight. I think this match is gonna be really fun. They have a lot of tag team matches on this card.
Yes, they do.
Tag champs, street fight.
Silver and Reynolds specifically. That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
So, I am gonna say, this is a tough one.
What are you gonna do, Jack? September's a long time off. I'm gonna go with Darby and Sting.
I would also say so, but I feel like towards the end of this feud, they've been built up a lot.
Yeah.
And Team Taz hasn't looked so hot.
Okay. So who are you taking?
I don't know. I'll say Darby Allin and Sting.
Okay. So both of us are going Darby Allin.
Yeah. That's what I'm picking.
Okay. I want to go to college and take a meteorology actor and a professional for wrestling company. I'm not saying what show I would join. Interesting. That's interesting. That's some good choices. You know, meteorology would be a cool thing to do. Maybe it should be the Queen's stunt double. Father and son, Darby and Sting.
I think, okay, Sting and Darby win, and then Sting turns on Darby.
A graduate job at Department of Bus. What the crap is Department of Buses, Jack? I don't know what a Department of Buses is. Like, you gonna be in charge of buses? Is that what you want to do? That bus go that way. Send that one out.
I'm gonna say Darby and Sting win, and then Sting turns on Darby Allin after the match.
That's possible.
Because Sting wants a shot at the TNT
Yeah,
title
that's
or
possible.
something.
That'd be interesting, the way to do it.
So then you get a Sting and Darby fight.
Are y'all doing predictions for Fastlane 2? Yes, we will, James. We will do that the Friday before Fastlane.
Yep. So like another 2 weeks.
Yeah. My career choices are really low because of COVID, but I know I got what it takes. Those aren't low. I think probably being a meteorologist is probably one of the toughest things to do. I think being an actor is probably really tough to do. And then getting in the wrestling business is probably really tough to do. So those aren't low, like, expectations. Just because I think the amount of time and how difficult it would be to get into those positions. It's not a sure thing yet. So Jack, you didn't own all the Greyhound buses. Oh, well, good. At least you own them. That's what I was curious about, was whether you own the Greyhound buses. Just remember the name. Futuristic. We'll never forget your name because you always come into our channel.
So, Darby and Sting?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I said.
Next, we have the Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship match. We have Cody Rhodes versus Scorpio Sky versus Penta versus Lance Archer versus Max Caster versus to be announced. I think there's supposed to be 6 guys in this.
Yes.
And I think the last one's going to be a surprise.
Yes, I agree.
We'll say pay-per-view.
Yes.
I'm going to make 2 guesses here. Okay, well, I'm going to make 1 guess, and then I'll give you my prediction. I'm going to say the last person in this match is going to be Ethan Page. Why? I don't know. Just because.
That makes sense.
I would say Ethan Page. The last time I had to guess somebody who was going to be in a match or whatever, it was Brian Cage.
The thing about
I got it right.
I don't think he's the big name that.
Well, no, I don't think he's the big name that's going to show up in AEW. But I think that he could show up in this match.
So here we are.
I think
so who are you taking?
I'm going to take, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Cody.
Thank you, because I haven't got a clue about AEW.
I don't think it's going to be Cody.
I don't think it's going to be Cody either.
I don't think it's going to be Scorpio Sky.
That's who I think it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be Penta. I don't think it's going to be Lance Archer. I feel like Lance Archer's had his opportunities come and gone. I don't think it's going to be Max Caster, because I feel like he's just sort of a random, let's throw him in there. I personally would have rather had Preston Vance put in this match, but whatevs. I think it's going to be TBA.
TBA, and your surprise is going to be Ethan Page.
That's my pick for the surprise.
And I'm going to take Scorpio Sky.
And do you have a guess on who the...
And I think Ethan Page sounds like a good... So I'll go with that.
Cool.
Demon Savage and Bloody Steed. Those are my wrestling nicknames. That'd be cool. That's cool names. You want to wear a mask for Demon Savage? Penta's my pick, so John Elite picks Penta. Also, cool. Oh God, my hip hurts. Jack, take some Tylenol or Advil. If you can. As long as you're not allergic. If you're allergic, don't take those things. What's next? What's our next match?
Our next match is Adam Page versus Matt Hardy in a big money match. Winner receiving the losers 2021
John L's taking Lance Archer.
Earnings. I'm going to say Adam Page.
I'm going to take Adam Page too, so we both have...
I'm going to say Adam Page because I think that Matt Hardy is going to look like a fool towards the end of this. And I think Private Party might turn on him.
Could. They could. All right. Next one.
We will do Hikaru Shida versus Ryo Mizunami.
Wait a minute. What if Okada is what Big Show is talking about? It could be Okada. But I don't think that's going to be... I mean, see, the problem with that is New Japan Wrestling, we know they've got to tie in with AEW. So I think it's got to be someone else outside of that.
Not necessarily, but I mean, I don't know.
My wrestling nickname is Ripper. Did you put Jack in front of it? Jack the Ripper? I wonder if they're going to have fans back Friday night. God, I hope so, James. We need to get the COVID going, man. We need to get it stirred up a lot. Get it rolling. get this COVID going, so in about 3 weeks, we start to have hospitals get overwhelmed again. Let's pump this up, man. Especially with this new virus, we don't know if the new strain, we don't know if the shots are going to do what they need to do. So let's crank this baby out.
Because that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sheeta.
So I am going to say Rio
Mitsunami
is the new women's champion.
Rio how do you spell it?
Mizzunami.
Okay. I'm going to say the same thing.
Because I don't think that that Sheeta is really, I don't know.
I think this will be more to draw interest from Japan.
Well, I mean, I don't even think they need that, I don't even think they'd be doing it for that aspect, because I feel like there's a lot of people here that really, and a lot of AEW fans who like what they've done with like the tournament and stuff and what they've done with it. I just think they need something different, and I think they need a fresh start for the women's belt, and I think this is the time to do it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I can see that happening. And
I like Sheeta. I like Sheeta a lot. I think she's a great wrestler. However, her title reign has been absolute crap, and it's not good.
I think this would be to try and draw eyes from Japan, and here's why I think. I think we're looking at some big pay-per-view with multiple organizations, and this is the way to start to get eyes onto it. That's just what I think. Oh my God, you're the first person to get it. Well, Jack, sometimes I'm on the ball sometimes. John L says Matt Hardy. Jericho said today he's calling for an end to mask. He's just so smart. Yes, I saw that. The guy's an idiot.
Yeah, Chris Jericho's a freaking buffoon who I would very much so like to punch in the face.
These shots need to work. Needs to be some reason I'm going to work in 5 hours. Well, and if we wouldn't just let this like virus run rampant, and then we could get it under control, and maybe we wouldn't have all these variations of it. But as is, we just let it go. And so this virus is going to find, and here's my fear, is somewhere along the way, it starts to affect younger people. And by younger people, I mean kids. And it starts to affect them more than what it has already. That's my biggest fear, is that it mutates so much that it starts to affect kids because we've just let it go. You know, people didn't pay attention to science, and so we get, I guess. Most Londoners don't know who Jack the Ripper was. He might have died in America. How do people not know who Jack the Ripper is?
Who's Jack the Ripper?
He's a guy that does like a lot of killing. Demon Savage mask will look less scary, but not worn in the ring. Bloody Steve mask will be scary, and it will be worn in the ring for sure. Well, I was thinking you'd do the other way. Wear the Demon Savage mask in the ring, and not have the Bloody Steve mask at all. Just be called Bloody Steve. And like your alter ego is Demon Savage. But hey, it's your gig, Futuristic. I'm just telling you what I think.
Nah, she does winning. Title needs to go on Britt. That's the big win. The match on Sunday will be awesome. I don't know, man. I really think they need to do something with it. I think Britt is a good option to put the title on, but I feel like if they were going to do it, why did they wait? Like, why did she not go through the tournament? Does that make sense? Like, I don't understand the whole jumping around it to have her in the tournament to not win it to get a title opportunity. Like right now.
Yeah.
When they really need to put the title on somebody else.
Well, I can understand that. I just think that the whole idea of the whole idea for doing this is something where we tie the Japanese wrestlers into it.
And I understand that, and I think that's cool. But I like I said, I don't know. I don't quite get the whole...
How you doing, Anthony?
Not pulling the trigger on it right now to do it at this pay-per-view to then put the title on Britt, because I feel like the AEW Women's Championship is really just like wasting away.
Mr. G, it's a big deal. Wasn't really known for being a good talker on the mic. Why AEW would have on commentary? Who are we talking about? Did I miss something here? Because I'm not sure who we're talking about. If anyone gets nightmare, maybe it's somebody I mentioned. I don't know. If anyone gets nightmares from my Bloody Steve's mask, then I'm sorry. Futuristic, don't scare me, okay? I'm not into being scared. I'll explain my character on Discord later because it's hard to explain, but I do like the idea of Mr. G. All right, you can do that, Futuristic. I'll check it out. I want to go to space. Going to space would be cool. There's some Japanese guy that's hiring like 10 or 20 people to go to the moon for free.
Oh, no thanks. I would rather not die in space.
So, this actually
cool
conspiracy theories that are saying that HHH Holmes, America's first serial killer, was Jack the Ripper. Oh, gotcha. I follow you, Anthony. Follow you. Problem with the tournament is wouldn't have told the story of Brit Cheetah, which needs to be told. That's a multi-week build as opposed to winning a tournament.
Which I totally get. I totally get that, and I totally understand it, and it makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like we're in a position with the women's belt where they got to do something with it because, like I said, I feel like it's just wasting away. And week after week, we do nothing with it. Week after week, we're doing absolutely nothing, and it's like it's frustrating because. You know, like I said, Sheeta's really good. She's a really great wrestler. But it's been trash. They've done absolutely nothing with it. And it's, like I said, frustrating. Yeah.
So 23 years after Lincoln got allergic to a bullet, see our American cousin at Force Theater. Man, the AEW Women's title looks small. It does, Johnny Lee. Mr. G, if the Big Show is not really known for being a good talker on the mic, why would AEW hire him as a commentator? That makes no sense to me. If you have never seen him on the mic outside of wrestling, he's pretty good.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I feel like when you're working with WWE, it's like they give you what you have to say, and you have to say every line of it and make it the way they want it to sound.
I think that's the biggest issue with WWE is they just don't cut them loose, and you have to like be a robot and go along with what they say and undo that. I think that was part of the problem with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Until she started doing this Fiend thing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about dying in space, Miniam. In space, no one can hear you scream.
Thanks, dude. Thank you.
I would go to space, but I'm afraid I won't get any. Bad joke from Futuristic.
Oh, boy. So yeah, Young Bucks versus the Inner Circle Tag Team Championship
Inner
match.
Circle.
I'm really excited for this match, too. I think it's going to be decent, hopefully. Young Bucks always do really well at the pay-per-views, and they always put on really great matches, and they've been some of my favorites throughout the
Matt can't walk.
AEW pay-per-views.
So it's going to be all on Nick.
It's going to be all on Nick. He's going to do some freaking crazy spots. It's going to take him out, and Matt's going to be all like, no, why did you do that? I can't, move. I have to crawl to the ring.
Yeah.
Man. I'm going to say MJF and Jericho are going to win the titles. And then I think, based on what I said earlier with the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal thing, I picked Santana and Ortiz to win that, and then I think it will ultimately be Santana and Ortiz versus MJF and Jericho in a couple weeks for the tag team titles.
Yes.
With maybe Santana and Ortiz.
I could see that happening.
Winning? I don't know. Which is gonna make Jericho mad.
Yeah, pretty much.
MJF mad.
Yeah.
Further.
I think it's time for a new champion. Yes, MJF and Jericho will be your new champion.
I like the Young Bucks, and I would totally, if it wasn't for Matt being, injured, I would totally say they're retaining the titles. Because I would very much so like to see them retain the titles. However, with the fact that Matt can't walk, it's very questionable. And if they do retain them, I'll be very shocked.
Yeah. They've got to lose them the next night or something. Well, maybe they just say, okay, we can't do it. They win. Thanks, James. We appreciate that. Maybe they win, and then they just come back Monday or come back Wednesday, and they go, we got to give this up because Matt can't walk.
I don't like that idea, though. I feel like that sort of, I don't know. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea.
We might not like the idea, but then it gives you a reason to have a tournament.
Except, I don't know that they're looking to do a tournament for the tag team titles.
I'm just saying, why not? They have 17-man battle royal for it.
Okay, but I don't know.
He seemed okay on the mic tonight. BS. Yeah. I thought he was good. That's what I said. I think if you've ever seen him on the mic outside of WWE, he's awesome.
The other thing I find really interesting about it is he's another guy who is he started on TNT and then he came to WWE and now he's back on TNT.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of cool.
I'd go to space as I am a rocket man. I'd also use the height to dive on Dennis Rodman.
So
the Young Bucks, because I really don't want to see the Inner Circle win titles. Sorry, Jonelle, it's going to happen.
I don't want to see him win the tag titles either, but it is
Just
what
saying.
it is.
Mr. G, who do you think it's going to be the fourth member with Sean Spears, FTR, because Arn Anderson came out after the match and made the Full Horseman symbol on live TV. Both him and Tully were doing the Full Horseman symbol. If Arn and Tully are working together,
I will be shocked. Like I said, if that's the case, then Cody's the fourth dude.
I'm gonna go somebody other. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Dustin.
Ooh, Dustin would be kind of fire.
So I'm getting to guess you already chatted a lot about mystery partner.
Well, which one? Because we kind of talked about I think we're talking about the Big Show thing.
Yeah. We did.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, we've kind of touched on it, but we kind of gone back to it throughout the show.
God, I hate Rodzilla.
Some people threw around. I think it was. Oh my gosh, who was it? Who was it that said that?
I don't remember.
John Elite said Nick Aldis. I thought Nick Aldis was a really
That would be an interesting one.
I thought Nick Aldis was a really interesting one. I've seen people.
Sorry, Hall of Fame reveal thing.
That's what he's talking about.
It's Ric Flair. He's coming back to wrestle. He's going to take on Tully.
I've seen people say Tessa Blanchard. I've seen people say Ethan Page. I've seen people say Kurt Angle. Stupid. I've seen people say Mark Henry. Brock Lesnar is another one that people have thrown around. I mean, I legitimately don't know. Do you have any idea who it might be? Because I don't have the slightest clue. I thought Nick Aldis was a really good guess. And I think that'd be really fun with the fact that NWA is coming back like you talked about earlier. But I mean, like, I legitimately have no clue who, could possibly be the big signing for AEW.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's the interesting part is who's it going to be.
Curious to hear.
But
its
they might
thoughts on
just
it.
have fans back Friday night. We can only hope, James. We can hope. We can get the COVID started. Texas has opened up. Mississippi's opened up. Let's open up everything.
Ooh, Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
That could be fun.
I think the issue I have with that is I mean, Bubba Ray's cool and everything, but I want someone to come in that's going to be a big name, because he said it wasn't the way he stated it made it sound like it's not a Hall of Famer. It's someone that has the Hall of Fame credentials to go with it.
Oh, CM Punk, that's another one that's been thrown around.
It might be
like
Jeff.
I feel like every other week is CM Punk. Everybody's like, oh, Big Show.
Yeah, keyword though, Big Show said it's not who we think it is, which is why I don't think it's CM Punk.
I don't know, man.
Because I think probably a lot of people, the first thought to their mind would be CM Punk.
As in Hardy.
Not Double J.
Man.
Mickey James.
Mickey James is still employed by WWE.
Yes.
As far as I know.
These are my two choices. I'm still thinking it's going to be Adam Page or maybe Jon Moxley. Okay. California likely opens up next. I don't see California opening up.
Your reaction to that was really funny.
Yeah. California I don't think will open up. Not totally yet. Just because I got a governor that's trying to follow the science.
That made me laugh. Oh, man.
And our numbers are starting to tick back up because we've had some places open and drop mask mandates and things like that. Punk I'd love. Yeah. Going back to what you said, autocorrect, Anthony, I agree autocorrect sucks because it changes everything that I say sometimes. I'll be honest, I don't want another big name, to be honest. I think Bubba could work. Dudley, certainly Hall of Fame worthy.
Isn't he already in the Hall of Fame? Okay, well, the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, that's why I think it's probably going to be
I feel like that's what we're all thinking. It's like, who's, like, because WWE has a Hall of Fame, and he's all like, oh, he's Hall of Fame worthy. Like, I feel like we're all like...
What if it's Jake the Snake? It could be him. He could be returning to the ring. Jake versus Tully.
Think his
They're
hardcore style.
And they're gonna introduce a new title, the old guy's title.
think his hardcore style would be nice in AEW. I agree. I'd be cool with seeing, you know, I'd be cool with him being in AEW.
I don't see it being Tessa Blanchard, considering people say she's some racist thing. Could be. I don't. Yeah, I mean, you know, I would 100% agree with you, John L, on that. I think the Exploding Barbed Wire death match will be how they write Moxley off of TV, so I'm gonna go for my Sensei Omega. Ha. It could be how they write him off TV for a while. That way he can go have a baby. Well, not him personally, like his wife, and he can be there. So yeah. So who do we have left? Do we have one more match?
Yeah, Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley in the Exploding Barbed Wire death match.
I'm going with Omega. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think it'll be a good match. I think there's going to be some interference. I think that we're going to get some surprise stuff in this match. Like somebody's arm gets blown off or something like that. You know, sorry, do y'all have morons in y'all state? James, we have morons in our state, yes. Rick Martel in AEW.
I don't know if Cody. I don't know if Arn was teasing Cody joining. Could be interesting if Cody forms a face for Horsemen. Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit ago. Of sort of the two. The four horsemen of like a face and a heel sort of faction, and they fight each other. What
if we had Arn and Tully working together, and they're creating the Four Horsemen? So you had the three that were there, and then you throw Dustin into that group, and it's not Cody. It's Dustin that ends up being part of the Four Horsemen. Interesting.
I think Dustin would be cool.
Mr. G, here's my 4 members of the Four Horsemen group that AEW has been teasing the past few months. Adam Page, Sean Spears, and The Revolt. Yes, IFTR, no doubt about it. I think they could be... That would be a good one. But I don't see Adam Page doing that right now. I think if they'd done it earlier, I think I would have said Adam Page, but I don't see it happening now. I'm calling NJPW interference. That would not shock me. I can see that happening. Jack says, Ant, you're smart. We already knew that. Sorry to say, do y'all have morons in y'all state?
Yes.
Yes, James, we do.
We do. Absolutely.
Yes. It's such a Japanese stipulation. Yes, which is why we can see it. All 46 states and 4 Commonwealths have idiots. Yes. Yes, they do. Many of them. We've seen a lot of people now with not wearing masks. As I've said, the cases have started to tick up here because we've got more people not wearing masks. After we had done such a good job of like bringing it down and trying to slow it down, and now we are starting to tick back up. And so I figured about 3 weeks, we're going to have more people dying.
Oh, man. So I'm going to also say Kenny Omega wins the match.
So you're going with Omega.
Okay, well, Kenny Omega's going to retain the title.
And I'm going to go with Omega. So if you want to join us, you can go put your predictions on our Discord. I'll put the link out again.
You probably should have done this before you started putting stuff out.
Huh?
Nothing.
Well, they can always come in anytime they want to and just type this in, which is the cool thing about Discord.
Okay.
Is we don't have to be on for them to come in and do this. They can, if they get Discord, they can just come in and...
Cool. I don't know how Discord works.
It's pretty cool. That's why I said it's like a live chat. You can like chat, and you can put anything in here anytime you want to.
Neat.
And so Mick isn't a state. No, Mick isn't a state. It's possibly going to be a state in 5 years.
Is that thing going to stop? Because that's going to annoy me.
Yeah. Well, it's either going to stop or it's going to blow up. Mick is going to be a state in 5 years, we hope.
What exactly does that stand for?
No clue.
I don't know.
I'm not sure where Jack's going.
I can't even make a guess.
Yeah.
As to what that.
I'm not sure what Jack's talking about.
So yeah, Revolution shaping up to be a great pay-per-view.
Well, I thought tonight's show was a good show. Good way to go into Revolution.
I thought so too.
Definitely an excellent show tonight. Thank you for joining us, Jack. We appreciate that. Under the Revolution, I have put our predictions. If you want to go and put your predictions, you can go and put your predictions. Guys, why isn't a koala considered a bear? Well, because it's technically, you see, bears will hibernate, koalas don't. So, that is why. Good night, beautiful people. Stay safe and stay loving. You too, Aunt. Have a good one. And, by the way, go get some rest so you can go to work. Here's my backup 4 Horsemen type group for AEW, Moxley, Spears, and FTR because I think it would make Moxley even more of a badass if he has a stable with him, to be honest, Maven and Mr. G. That would be a good one. I don't
like the idea of Moxley being put into
I think if he was like the leader.
faction.
He's like the Ric Flair of the new 4 Horsemen.
I don't like it.
He could walk around going, woo! Could you see Moxley doing that?
I don't like it.
Could you see him doing that?
No.
Wouldn't it be funny if he did, though?
Woo! Maybe, but no. I don't see it happening.
Nope, because it doesn't meet the qualification. That is funny. That's hilarious.
And Jack is
there's not been a new
fight
state
with
since 58. No, there has not been a new state.
Jack,
However, there's been talk of trying to get DC to be a state.
Jack is having a fight with autocorrect
Yes,
at the moment.
autocorrect sucks. Forgetty! How you doing?
What's up?
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
This was fun to watch and talk about AEW. I'm explaining my character right now. I will check it out.
So, yeah.
I'll check it out, Futuristic.
I don't think I have anything else. We'll be back on Friday.
Yes, we'll be back on Friday.
Just a heads up. There's no show next Monday. We're not doing a show next Monday.
No, next Monday we will not be here.
Because I have an infusion. And we have to stay. Well, technically my infusion is on Tuesday, but it's early in the morning, so we have to go.
We will be out of town.
Yeah, we got to go out of town on Monday so we can stay by the hospital so I can get my infusion the next day.
We are doing good.
No show next Monday. We won't be here for Raw. We'll be here for SmackDown, but not Raw.
Yes. No show for Raw. We'll be SmackDown. We'll be here. And everything the rest of the week should be normal. Forgetty, Vincent's been playing a lot of Fortnite and winning. We've actually won a lot of duos, which has been amazing. What do you guys think happened with the segment with Shaq in the ambulance that confused me? Well, the fact that a guy that's 7'4" and 300 and some odd pounds can walk out of an ambulance and nobody knows where he went. What? Are you kidding me?
Magic.
How does that happen?
Magic.
See y'all Friday. Have a good one, John Elite. There's been a fight to try to make both Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. a state. Yes, I think Washington, D.C. will be close. So, over on Discord, Jack says, sorry, I'm busy giving autocorrect to Swirly. Shaq got decimated by Thanos, Anthony. You know what? What he did was pretty cool. I thought him going through a table was awesome. I know, I heard he got his own account. It's in his blood. He's a champ. Yeah, and he's getting better. He's been getting 2 or 3 kills a game. I know they're bots and stuff, but still the fact that he's able to control it and stuff.
I shoot my own shadow. So.
Raw brilliance. Yes. Good night, guys. Awesome show. Good luck with your appointment, Maven. Thanks, James. We will be back Friday. Just a reminder, we'll be back Friday. So it's next Monday that we will not be here.
Yep. Just how you
so Friday we will be. You made the announcement. Nobody's going to show up Friday because they were thinking, man, you're not going to be here Friday.
They'll get the notification that we're live on
Yeah,
Friday,
they will, but sometimes
Sorry,
it just doesn't
I just
work.
had to give them a heads up so we didn't spring it on them on Friday and go, sorry guys, not going to be here on Monday. Well, technically we have a show on Sunday, don't we?
Yes.
We do, whatever. Anyways, we have a show on Friday and then we have a show on Sunday because we have the pay-per-view. I forgot that was this weekend. We just did our predictions for the pay-per-view and I forgot that was this weekend. My apologies. You'll see us twice. 2 more times this week. Friday and Sunday, but then we will not be back on Monday. Anyways, sorry, whatever. Moving on.
Yes. Mr. G, I'm honestly surprised that Shaquille O'Neal hasn't been inducted into the Hall of Fame wing of the WWE. He probably didn't kiss Vince's butt enough, is my guess.
And he probably won't be in there now that he's been on AEW.
Yeah, he'll never make it now.
So, yeah.
Is the Big Show in there?
No.
Well, good thing, because he's never making it now either. At one time he would have, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Especially now they did all the BS with his shirt.
No more BS. That shirt really made me laugh, a lot. I thought it was hilarious. It's cheesy, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, definitely. So he'll be cranking 90s and out shooting us all before we know it. He will be, because he's been working on building, and like it's crazy what he's doing with it. I mean, he's not like putting anything together, but he's at least got the idea.
He just hits buttons and it happens.
Well, he's got the idea that what he needs to do with the buttons. So I figure in about a year's time, he's going to be doing like amazing stuff. Mr. G, who do you think is the next celebrity to be inducted into the celebrity wing of the WWE Hall of Fame? In your honest opinion, same question to Maven.
Well, it should be Cyndi Lauper, and actually Cyndi Lauper should have gone in a long time ago. However, they didn't do a celebrity spot, this year or whatever. And so I don't think that they are going to do one. I don't know that they're going to do one. So I don't really have a guess, per se.
Yeah. You know? I don't know. I don't know what they do. I'm not sure who. Gronkowski.
Oh.
Tom Brady. Has Tom Brady ever done anything in WWE?
I don't know. Rob Gronkowski? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski could easily be put into the Hall of Fame for his, dive off of the thing. That was absolutely fabulous. What a goofball. So, yeah, guys. I think that's pretty much it. We'll be back on Friday. So, yeah. Yeah, Mr. G.
Wait, is Schwarzenegger in the Hall of Fame? Yes, I think so. I believe so. So, Becky, Hall of Fame? No, not yet. Stephanie's a Patriots fan. Cool. All right, we're going to take off. We'll be back Friday. And Futuristic, stick around. I'm going to respond to you in Discord. No, not Tom Brady. And no, he didn't. I didn't think so. I'm going to respond to you, Futuristic, in chat. So give me a second. And after we get off here, I'll respond to you. With that, we're going to take off. We'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.